Yesterday, I said I wanted a new idea in kind of the last big drop section of the house track we've been working on. And so we have, in a previous point in the track, recorded electric guitar and put an electric guitar part in, and I think it could work really well to have this new drop section have an electric guitar solo in it. I'll play it from like the drop before into it, and you can kind of hear the solo and kind of how we have it fit in the mix, and also a few other things we added here. I will say this guitar solo right now, I think is kind of a placeholder. I like the idea. I need to let my fingers get the guitar solo in my fingers and kind of sleep on it and let my brain internalize a little bit more before I think the final performance will be ready to go. But ultimately, I think it's sitting in a kind of a cool spot, and it's something I haven't really heard before from a track like this. So yeah, tell me what you think of this. Starting to come together here. I'm not sure I love the rhythm part over here. I do like it. It's a cool sound, but I do really like kind of bringing these chords in. These little like vocal echo bits in. This is from the original part for people that haven't heard the episode where we built the breakdown section of this piece, but this is where we had the guitar solo at first. It's kind of a slower section of the piece. This is where we establish the guitar, so I think it's really cool that when we're kind of bringing the guitar back later in the piece, that we also can bring back this specific vocal structure. But they do kind of like sit on top of each other, I think, in a way that is maybe problematic here. I could probably do some sidechain spectral EQing to get the voice some space there or something like that, so I might try that, especially once we get to the final piece there. But I think also this section just kind of works without the guitar. We just need some like big ringing chord transition, and maybe some other stuff as well. The guitar part was fun to make. It was, we did it down here on this guitar rack where we originally had these three things turned off. It's just get rid of the other stuff so that it's not constantly getting in the way. But I have a channel down here also of guitar stuff. This is where I just store all the samples that I've recorded with the guitar now that I'm maybe not using. I've made a few other things that I ultimately, there's this little riff up here. This is two different recording sessions that I kind of combined. This guy. I mean, this guy. They were just two different ideas that both, I think, worked as kind of like a rhythm background, just a rhythmic ostinato thing. And so I was like, oh, we could find a way to try and use both of them. But the guitar solo itself, down here on this channel, it comes from 4 different takes. I just sat and just played it all the way through. I had kind of a basic structure I wanted to do. I wanted to do these this little... I forgot this doesn't have the effects on it, so playing is gonna sound weird. But this like a da 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 do so do ti so do thing at the beginning, and then it transitions into a little bit of riffing, and then some like kind of chord stuff. A little like power chord sort of chugging, and then a little bit more of sort of more solo-y sort of stuff. So I just kind of played through 4 times and then went back, and with this feature from Logic is really nice. You can just kind of like pick the sections you want, and it just puts them all up into one thing up there at the top. So that was the first time I'd ever really used this feature in the way it was intended, and it was very, very useful. And I did for the first time also run into like, man, it would be really nice to have somebody else sitting at the computer while I'm sitting with the guitar, and then gotta play through and be like, ooh, this section, yeah, we could maybe play that section better. And they just like kind of like, okay, cool, I'll just punch you in and just let me play it, and not having to like punch myself in, and then like getting prepared to play guitar, getting my brain into guitar mode, and then having kind of pull it back out and get it back into producer mode, and then go back into instrumentalist mode. It's a little bit hard, and it would be really nice to have just someone else here to help push the buttons. For now, I think this was a good kind of like placeholder while I get the rest of the piece structured, and also allow myself to have some time to practice on the side and kind of get that melody in. I do so much better with playing guitar when I know exactly what notes I want to play. And while it's fun to improv, I think for the sake of a studio recording, I'd like to basically practice the improvised solo and get it really, really knocked down. So yeah, that's all we had time for today. Did some guitar tracking. The piece is pretty close. It's getting close to the done. We're getting close to the end here, and then it's time to go through and like do a final sweep of touches and stuff. And as we're getting to the end of the project here, the challenge here, I'm realizing this is probably going to be the final full piece I release. There are some other things I'm excited to do, but I don't think they're going to happen within the 365-day challenge. And I'm really excited that to finish this. So in the next few days, just really, really fine-tuning this and getting this done, and having to be kind of like the thing at the end of like, here's day 1 was this project, day 365 was this track, Baby Blue, which is pretty fun, especially because it is a completely in-house. This isn't a remix. This isn't anything that I'm taking from anybody. This is entirely my ideas, entirely my recordings, my voice, my lyrics, and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, that's all we have time for today. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.